Welcome to the WNBA Picks and Plays edition. My name is Abby. For Sunday, July 13th, we have 4 games to go over in the WNBA. The odds are on the front end of your screen, covers.com, line moves, totals, and on the back end, we have oddslogic.com, line moves, totals, and the injury report, oddslogic.com. So the first game that we're going to go over here is Dallas at Indiana. This one opened up initially at 10, -10, Indiana at home. Total 171.5. Now it's gone down the line to 9.5. And the total jumped from 171 to 175. So it jumped by about 4.5 points. That's a big jump. So that's public-driven money, of course. Public drove that number to 175. So we're going to check the injury report now just to see what's happening in this game. This is the Indiana at home versus Dallas. We're going to check the injury report now, just to get an update what's going on. So Dejanay Carrington out Sunday at Indiana with the ribs. Still has rib issues. Arike Ublawali is going to play. She's upgraded to available for Sunday. So she is going to be playing. She had a thumb injury, but she's playing today. Tiara McCowan is still out indefinitely for personal reasons. Maddie Segrist is still out. Ty Harris is out for the season with a knee injury. So that's all on the for this game itself. No other injuries to report on this game. So we're going to check the public and the sharps for this game here. So public all over Dallas, and they are on the under. They're on the under in this game. So we're going to check this game now. I believe they may have played already. Yeah, they played once already. They played about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago they played in Dallas. And Indiana won 94-86. -2. Indiana was -2. They won, and it went over the total, 167. Let's see. So they won without Caitlin Clark. So Caitlin Clark didn't play, and they won that game. Yeah, they won that one. Let's look here. Let's see. So Indiana's won three in a row in this series. They won 3 games in a row in this series, dating back to last year, September 1st. They've won 3 times against Dallas. And ironically, all 3 times the games went over the total. So there's been, let's see how many straight overs in this series. So far, dating back from last year, 4 straight overs in this series. And now it's at 175. Wow. Interesting. That's an interesting one. So we'll look at this game here. Let's look at this one. Here we are going to take a look at this. Let's see. To get you guys a good play. Let's look at the first half. Maybe look at the first half. Yeah, I would say, you know what? I'd say take the first half over 85.5. I would take the first half over 85.5 as my recommended play for this game. Yeah, I like that play a lot. Over 85.5. Definitely would take that one. In the first meeting, they scored 108 points. Actually, yeah, 100. Yeah, they scored 108 points. Let me see, 63. I'm sorry. Did I say 108 points? Let me see. Sorry about that. Hold on. 46. 53. Actually, they scored 99 points in the first meeting. First half was 99 points combined. Two teams combined for 99 points. So this one here is 85. I would definitely go back to the over again. I don't see anything changing from the first game. So I would take over in the first half, over 85.5. That's my recommended play for this game. I might make this as a client play as well. I haven't decided as yet, but I would recommend this. This is the game that's the play I would recommend for this game. So the second game we're going to look at here, Atlanta at New York. This one opened up -3.5, total 167. Totals come down to 166.5, and we're seeing -4s across the board. So we are going to check the injury report for this game. So in this game here this is Atlanta and New York. We'll check this one out here. See what's popping off here, Atlanta, New York. So Isabel Harrison upgraded to play Sunday at Atlanta with the knee. She had a knee injury, but she's upgraded to play. Natasha Cloud had hip issues, but she's upgraded to play today versus Atlanta. That's why the line is moving up to -4 from 3.5 because of those two players. Jackwell Jones is still out indefinitely with a knee. Yeah, that's why the line moved, because of those two players are available. Isabel Harrison and Natasha Cloud are going to be playing, so the line went up to -4. So this game here, we'll see where the public and sharps are for this game. Public all over. Actually, it's kind of split. Public is split with New York and Atlanta. With the side, they're very split. On the total, you like the over 167. You like the over a lot in this game. And I have a client play for this game as well. Let's see. I'll look into this further. Let's see here. So I already played twice already. I played 2 times. Yeah, they played twice. June 17th, 2025. New York 8-point favorites. New York won by 5, 86-81. And it was over 161. Second game was in Atlanta, June 29th, 2 weeks later. Atlanta 1.5-point favorites. Atlanta won 90-81 and went over 165. So I have a client play for this game. I'm not going to give that out. But what I will tell you for this game is, I will tell you this game. Let's look at let's see some other angles here. So for me, I would go with I would take New York -4. I would recommend that play. That's a good recommendation play. I would take New York -4. Yeah, New York's capable at home. They're at home. They're capable of covering the -4. It's a short number. It's not much of a high number. So I would look at New York -4 in this game. I would take that one. That's the way I would go. Let's see. Yeah, I would take New York. Let me see. Yeah, I'd take New York -4. Yep, I would take that. I wouldn't talk you off the money line either if you want to do the money line, but recommended play -4 New York. I have a client play for this game, so you can check that client play out. So the third game we have here, Connecticut and Los Angeles. So Connecticut and Los Angeles here, we have -11.5. LA is the opening number, total 160.5. It's come down to 10.5. Some books have 10.5, but the majority is -11. and the total's 164. It's from 160 to 164. So look into this game further. So look for the sharps and public on this game. Public all over Connecticut, and they are on the over in this game. So over, and the public's all over Connecticut in this one. So we'll look into those. So that's where it's at now for this game. We are going to check the injury report for this game as well, just to see what's going on. So this game here, we're going to look at it now. Connecticut and LA. So this one here. Marina Mayberry out indefinitely. Cameron Brink out indefinitely. So those are the injuries there. We'll look at this game further. Let's look at this one here. Let's see. So this is the first meeting of the season between these two teams. First time that they're playing this season. Let's see. So Connecticut, LA. Let's look at this one. So Connecticut 3-2 to the over, and LA is 3-2 to the over as well. So the only way I can look at this game is the over 164. Connecticut, LA over 164. That's the way I would play this game. So take a look at that, over 164. Nothing on the side at all, but just take the over in this game. I like the over here. So I agree with the public in this one. I would take the over. I agree with that. So the next game we're going to look at here, next game is Washington and Seattle. That's the next game we're going to look at here, Washington and Seattle, the final game. This one here opened up -5.5, total 159. It's gone down to -7, and it's at 158.5. It's come down to 158.5 in this one here. Mainly 159, but we're seeing a bit of 158s on the board. So we're going to look at this one further, and let's see here. Katie Lou Samuelson out for the season, Nikki Mule out for the season, and then Washington. No injuries there to report on that game. So look into this game further. Seattle Seattle's getting all the money, public on Seattle, and they are on the under. Seattle on the under in this game. So we'll take a look at this game further. So they played 4 times last year, and Seattle won 3 out of the 4 games. Yeah, they won 3 out of the 4 games. and they went 1-3 to the under in the last 4. So this one here, yeah, I would have to, in this case, I would have to look at Seattle in this game. I'd take Seattle -7. I would take a look at maybe let me look at another angle here. I'm gonna check another angle here, guys. Actually, I take that back. Sorry about that. I gave you a wrong thing. Hold on. Actually, I take that back. Take Washington +6.5. Sorry, I said Seattle. I like Washington here. Washington +6.5. I'm gonna make this actually a client play. Washington +6.5. I'm making this a client play. So, yeah, I like Washington here. They have covered as a dog 3 of their last 5 games. They played very well as a dog, covering 3 of their last 5 games. They have won 2 straight games. They have played well, and they usually play Seattle tough. Last time they were a 7-point underdog. This is in Washington. They were a 7-point underdog in Washington a year ago, and Seattle covered by 6. Actually, Washington won the game outright by 6 points. So I do like Washington here. Like I said, last year, August 20th of last year, Washington was a 7-point underdog, and they won outright. They won by 6 points outright. So I like Washington here in this spot a lot. Like I said, 3 of the last 5 games, Washington has covered. So I like it. I like Washington here a lot in this spot. Yeah, I like him here a lot. So give me Washington plus the 6.5. I'll be on that, and I'll more than likely make that a client play. I'll do that as well. All right, so that does it. So that's it for the WNBA. We went through all 4 of these games. Again, if you want my picks, go to sportsmembo.com, Abby Sports Picks. I'm gonna have 2 client plays in the WNBA, and 1 or 2 client plays for MLB, and throw in a CFL. So if you want that, sportsmembo.com, Abby Sports Picks, and you can type in save 27, as you can get 27% off all discounted packages that we have, myself, other cappers, for NBA client plays, MLB client plays, CFL client plays. We have it here, 27% off of all that if you want to take advantage of that. Again, Abby Sports, go to sportsmembo.com, Abby Sports Picks, and you'll have everything there. Yesterday we did go 1-2. We went 1-0 in the WNBA and 0-2 the MLB. So we're looking for a bounce back day in the MLB. So again, if you want my picks, go to Abby Sports Picks, sportsmembo.com, Abby Sports Picks. We have everything there for you. All right, so again, tomorrow we'll be back for 2 games in the WNBA tomorrow. Until then, whether you fit or follow my picks that I've given you, it's up to you. I just look at the games, make my assessment, and pick what I like. Again, stay true to yourself, stay blessed, stay humble, believe in yourself. Good luck. I like to cash some tickets and hit some big winners for Sunday. Peace and out. Take care.